Hey everyone, can you hear me? Is anyone out there? Just gonna give you guys a second. Let's see who might be in the chat. Irina! Hi! Jandi, Moonchild, Faisal, Kitty Loon, Illusion. Oh my god! You guys! Vanya, Priscilla, Edith, Kirtana, Sisi, Ritika. Hi guys! Sorry I came on a little bit later by 10 minutes. I've been experiencing some technical difficulties and I had to switch my phones. Thank God I have two. Always do things in two, guys, okay? In this way you're safely protected. Always have a plan B. Hi guys, I'm so happy to see you here. Oh my God. Oh, hi Faisal, thank you so much. Garima, Wintergreen, hi. Spiritual Lizard, very fitting with the title of my channel. Let me just center myself, guys, a little bit. How are you doing? How are you experiencing this energy of this fantastic week? Thank you, Bashayar. You too. Boglarka, hi. I'm really surprised to see so many of you here. I was expecting maybe two or three. Due to the time zone differences, I can only create these readings at this time. Hi Lena, thank you so much. Thank you. Ho for Mino, hi. Gingy, go baby. Hey guys, I'm so happy to have you here. You don't need to look at what is in front of me every here? No. Mercury direct, right guys? Hi Adriana. Hi Shireen. So the reason why I'm doing this live on this full moon is because I just felt very called to celebrate. I don't know why, but I just feel the need to celebrate the birth of light in 2021. We've been going through so much, guys, and I'm so happy that we made it here. Let me just touch the screen so I see you guys there in the chat. Hi, Chris. This is not a burner account. Hi, Anna. So please grab some drinks or grab. Oh my God, guys, I can't speak. I honestly. Thank you, Dr. Rajan. Yes, I feel very good. I feel incredible. Honestly, it's been such a tough Mercury retrograde. It's been taking place in my 8th house, and maybe you guys know, those of you that have Scorpio placements or heavy 8th house placements, it's not an easy thing to do, right? To go through. But I feel like I've been releasing so much. Happy solar return. Oh, it's your birthday? Is it your birthday? This is not a burner account? Thank you, Anna. Thank you. So yeah, I'm really happy that I took 3 weeks off. It's been a challenge because I'm a worker. I have Jupiter in my 6th house. I love to work. I get my joy from acts of service, from helping others, from working. 3 weeks away from work was a little bit anxiety provoking, and I had to release a lot of conditioning aspects. So let me know, guys. Hey, Arya, how did you experience this Mercury retrograde? From what I could tell on Instagram, Lara Phillips, what do I predict for the strawberry moon? In a second, I'm gonna get into the Q&A, but I just want to hear, how did you guys experience this Mercury retrograde? Like, you've been sending me messages that it's been particularly difficult, that you've been challenged, that a lot of emotions came up out of nowhere to be released, which is interesting, right? Because you wouldn't associate Gemini with emotions, right, guys? Gemini is this Mercurian energy, very quick, very changeable, right? Needing to breathe, needing to switch the environment, switch words, switch people, switch places. But somehow the North Node, that place of obsession, of our destiny, conjunct the I was this close to say the moon, conjunct Mercury in Gemini. We also had Sun there, right? The Sun in Gemini. It was a lot about bringing up our shadow aspects or parts of ourselves that weren't healed to the surface, to be illuminated, to be acknowledged, to be loved. Yeah. Moonchild, I feel a lot of anger and sadness. Yeah, it's been so tough. Zilly Steele, Anusha. Yeah. Wow, Cheryl J, your 61st birthday. Hey, congratulations. Nev Jones, mulțumesc. um, Guys, mulțumesc is thank you in Romanian for those of you that are just tuning in, for my new subscribers. In case you don't know that, the beginning was kind of mellow, but the last 2 weeks I've been feeling in a slump. Yeah, things felt like they were, like the energy before the retrograde felt like, okay, we're gradually emerging out of lockdowns. Jupiter in Pisces was giving us this hope that boundaries were melting, and all of a sudden the retrograde kind of plummeted us into a slump. I had so many plans to be outside in nature, to meditate, to replenish my energy, and then we had a cyclone in the North Sea. Sorry, not the North Sea, the Black Sea. My mind traveled to Sweden for a second. Yeah, I've been reliving a lot of memories from Sweden as well in the spirit. I don't know why. It's been like a lot of things that I experienced when I was in Stockholm for 2 months in 2019 that came up to the surface. Hey, Stinky, I love you too. Thank you. Priscilla. Priscilla says that it didn't really have a big effect on her. Yeah, for a lot of us, this retrograde felt a little bit calmer. For example, I do need to say that in spite of the fact that I released a lot of shadow aspects and I was mostly spending my time sleeping or reading or studying, this retrograde was much nicer to me than the previous one that we experienced in February when we had so many planets in Aquarius and it was like a whirlwind, you know? So I'm really excited about the upcoming retrograde, the Libra one, right? In Libra season, we're gonna have a really interesting retrograde then when Mercury is gonna travel from Scorpio back into Libra, if I'm not mistaken. Let me not say stupid things. Let me pull up the ephemeris. But please keep commenting, guys. Keep letting me know. This retrograde was such a nightmare for me. Do you know what, guys? Before I pull up the ephemeris, let's do some cleansing. Let's do a cleansing, okay? 77, God bless. I love that. That is my spiritual protection number, 77 and 44. Let me know what your spiritual protection numbers are. Hey, Hukin. Hey, Ritika. So I have here some candles burning. I have here this ritual yellow candle for Litha, yeah. And yellow candles in general represent optimism, celebrations, enthusiasm. Yeah. Hi, Mythical Life. Hi, Stephanie. I feel so good, guys. I'm so happy to be with my soul family. I'm super happy to be here. God bless you all. Thank you for making me so happy, for growing our family. I think it's also the fact that, I lit a couple of candles. If you guys follow me on Instagram, please follow me there because I can much quickly share stories and synchronicities and insights and premonitions and my moods and all sorts of things because it's quicker. So I can quickly upload a brief clip on Instagram or I can post a photo and I can let you know about what happened. So if you guys saw my videos today on Instagram, I actually found some flowers on my way to purchase flowers. It was insane. So it's really phenomenal how I was thinking, oh my God, I need some roses. I need to get some yellow roses because I want to celebrate. I wanted to include some flowers in the meeting with us today. And as I was descending the staircase, I felt the need to walk down rather than take the elevator. I saw perched on, how do you call it? Not a mantelpiece, but like on the side of a windowsill next to the garbage, I saw somebody dumped some roses and I have them right here in front of me. Ugh. Look, it was a full bouquet of roses. They are a little bit withered, but they're still smelling gorgeously. One of them didn't even wither completely. Look at that, right? This is a perfect specimen. And I was like, I cannot let them die there. I cannot let them wither, right? So I just took them with me because I had in mind a rose petal for you guys, right? So it's so wonderful because I was thinking, one person's trash is another person's treasure. So I can actually get these and use them for spiritual work with you. But somebody saw these as imperfect, right? And just threw them away. And I don't know, guys, I was just thinking, about how sometimes people don't see our worth and how they kind of discard us or put us to the side or throw us away. Don't be put off by those situations. I mean, obviously you're gonna feel some intense feelings of, neglect or abandon when somebody does this to you. Your inner God, because we all carry this inner God within us, your inner God is wounded, because another person's inner God decided to push you away. So light decided to push light and created a vacuum, created a little bit of darkness, right? So it's interesting when people do these things, you know, when they don't see our worth, when they discard us, when they throw us away, when they treat us like garbage. This happened to me so many times in my life. I cannot tell you how many times, guys, by my relatives, by my lovers, by my community, being treated like trash, but at the same time realizing that actually we are roses, right? We are not meant to be discarded. Our role is to transform. Our role is to serve the collective in a different way. And if you don't feel like you are loved in one place, don't worry, there's another place for you. Another person can take you in and can, you know, use you in rituals. Oh my god, that sounds a little bit creepy. Sorry guys, I've been watching a lot of Bailey Sarian in this period, and my mind has been a lot on murder. But that's not what I meant to say. I'm really sorry. You guys know what I meant. It's like transmuting negative energy into positive energy, and you can become a blessing into someone's life, right? But yeah, another interesting thing that happened to me as I was, yeah, Mythical Life loves Barely Sari, and yeah, she's amazing, right? She's also a Sagittarius, guys. She's a Sagittarius sun, from what I could understand, because she mentioned her birthday. And all of you out there who are Pluto in Sagittarius, right? Pluto, the underworld, death, transformation, murder, right? The darkness that resides within ourselves. In Sagittarius, the sign of light, truth, manifestation, fact-checking, getting to the bottom of things, right? So she's influencing at the moment with her light as a Sagittarius sun. She's influencing the vast collective of Pluto and Sagittarius. Those of you born in between, hey, yes, Stinky's a Pluto and Sagittarius. Yeah. Born in between 1995 and 2007, some months in 2008 when it was the retrograde period before Pluto switched full into the Pluto and Capricorn era, and we had the Lehman Brothers disasters and complete financial reconstruction, political, economical reconstruction, so on and so forth. I have 2 videos planned for you guys, the builders and the oracles. I cannot wait to film them for you, but something is blocking me from doing it yet. I don't think you guys are ready or ripe yet. I feel like there are some energetic blockages, but as soon as I will feel inspired, I'm gonna sit down. I also had to do some research because for the Pluto and Oracle, for the Pluto and Sagittarius Oracle generation, I have some things I need to discuss with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna give you all my secrets in one go, but just so you know, there are so many exciting things coming up. Yeah. Wow, Rubelin is born in 1979. Thanks for sharing. I'm so happy to see you guys. Like, you're of all different ages, you know, and all different walks of life. I wanted to say wages for a second. What the? Oh my god, I don't know what's happening. It's like, I think I'm very excited, and because my moon is conjunct Saturn, I'm not very comfortable with excitement. Normally I'm very low on my energy, as you guys know. I need a lot of rest. But gradually, as I'm growing older, yeah, 1998, yeah, you're a Pluto in Sagittarius as well. Gradually, as I'm growing older, my energy is kind of amping up. I'm feeling much more happier with things in my life. I'm making decisions that are more self-loving, more authentic, choosing to be myself. Very strangely, but yeah, I'm kind of trying to be myself, super authentic, not lie about who I am and what I like. And yeah, I'm getting more into this enthusiastic vibration, but at the same time, it's kind of, it comes with stops and starts, guys. Hi. Excuse me. Okay, guys, so I said we would do some cleansing. Let me take a sip of my cordial. So I have here something that we call sirop de soc in my culture. It's actually bought from a Hungarian shop. Cordial is elderflower in English, and I love the smell of it, and I just decided to drink some rose syrup and some cordial syrup for each in these celebrations. For Easter, I drank a lot of rose syrup to cleanse myself, and then I have here some elderflower. Oh, CA was sulking. She's glad to see me do a live. Oh, I'm super happy that you guys are here. Grab your drinks. Let's toast to the presence of light in the Northern Hemisphere. Let's soak up all this gorgeous light. Please, guys, go outside as much as possible in this period. I would have filmed this outside, but there are so many families with screaming children in the parks in Bucharest that I'm not able to do so. I'm really sorry about that. But go outside, soak in the light, especially those of you that are empaths and light workers, okay? Let's toast to the presence, to the fact that we're flooded with light in the northern hemispheres. Cheers, my loves. Oh my god, it's so good. It's like I'm drinking flowers. When I was little, my parents told me that I used to drink, sorry, not to drink, to eat flowers. Like if, for example, my mother told me once that I was supposed to greet my grandma, I think on the train, at the train station, and she handed me some flowers to give to my grandma, and I ate them. I was like obsessed with flowers ever since I was young. Tell me, guys, do you have some really interesting childhood memories? I mean, at the moment we have this moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about the money, right? It's all about the business, it's all about stoicism, but it's conjunct Pluto, and Pluto is a lot about the deep sense of self that we are, our past, right? Someone shared that she used or he used to kiss lizards. Cheers to the light, guys. Hey, Beanish. Hey, I'm so happy you could join us. I'm so happy you guys are here. You really make my day. Thank you so much, guys. It's been such a fantastic time connecting with you through this massive collective transformation that we're undergoing since, since the spring equinox in March 2020. It's interesting, right, that this world transformation happened with the spring equinox, right? It's fascinating how these cycles coincide. If you follow the patterns of nature and the cycles of, the calendars, the pagan calendars, the rituals, there is a deeper sense of meaning that you can attach to everyday interactions that are taking place on a collective level, especially. Wow, Madison, full moon exact conjunct my sun in Capricorn. Yes, I actually just finished doing a reading. I've been working on readings today as well, guys. That's why it took me a while to get ready for the live. But I just finished a reading for someone who had her North Node in Capricorn in the 4th house. And it was right on today. Today I channeled the message exactly at the time of the full moon, which in my place was, exactly at 5 o'clock. Yeah. For a second I was looking at the live recording and I thought, is it 5:55? But no, we're 17 minutes into this live. Numbers, guys. Oh, guys, numbers. Me and numbers. It's always been a tragedy, a trauma, me and numbers. But words, on the other hand, phenomenal. No problems there. I can absorb words in so many different languages and sometimes mush them in. As you guys know, if you've been following my pick a card readings, we invent words all the time on my channel. Hey, Farah. Love to see you too. Yeah, so a lot of you have been seeing synchronicities. Someone said the same. Yeah. Wow, Stinky is born at 5:55 p.m. What does it mean? It just means that you carry the imprint of change within you. You're like a walking, talking revolution. Guys. I need to drink more, sorry. Okay, so I promised you a cleansing. Let's do a cleansing. Okay, I also feel the need to bring in the statue of Archangel Michael. Thank you so much to the anonymous donor who actually gave me the statue. I'm super happy. It's absolutely beautiful. And we also have Goddess Venus over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me just lower it a little bit. No, we're just gonna keep it like that. It's always strange to find the best camera angle. Yeah, okay guys, so I can show you the statue again. So this is a statue that was gifted to my channel. Thank you guys. From my wish list. I have a wish list on amazon.de. You guys have been messaging me about the fact that you can't make your way around amazon.de because it's in German. But if you look at the right top corner of the website, you can change the language in whatever language suits you best. You can put it into English, you can put it in a variety of different languages, okay? It's just that it's easier for me to have this shipping in Europe from Germany rather than from the US. Especially with the restrictions at the moment, the tax payments and postal services are really taking their sweet time, right? So we have here Archangel Michael, and we also have here Goddess Venus. I'm just gonna censor her because I don't know if I made this 18 plus or not. I know it's super silly, she's just having very beautiful breasts, but yeah, you know, guidelines, we need to respect them. Okay guys, a cleansing. So how should we do this? So you guys know that our biggest tool in spiritual work is your body, yeah? In your body you find everything you need. Not only the organs that keep you working, but also your spirit, your energy. Our bodies emanate electromagnetic fields, right? So just as a lot of different things in our environment, just as the earth emanates this energy as well. And if we learn how to harness that energy, that's a step forward in energy healing work. Okay, oof, I always get really, really hot when I do this. Okay, so the most important thing is not only our hands and our energy, the energy we exude, but it's also the breath, right? The breath, the prana that flows in and out. It regulates our blood flow. It keeps us alive, yeah? We've seen how important breathing has been, especially in 2020, yeah? So I'm sending a lot of light into the collective, the light that we have captured, that we have harnessed together through the power of our aura, through the power of our hearts beating open. We're putting this energy back into the collective to heal everyone that needs it. And I saw 44 likes and 2202. That's excellent, right? We're on the flow. We're on the numerological flow. So for Litha, for this wonderful summer solstice, for midsummer celebrations, for this gorgeous full moon in Capricorn, conjunct healing, spiritual, transformative Pluto, we are sending light, we're sending love, we're sending healing, we're sending compassion, we are sending bright energy to whoever needs it at the moment. Yeah? So feel free to move, feel free to breathe, feel free to do whatever you feel gives you comfort. Feel free to stand still. Just tune into your body. The body knows everything. The body has all the answers. Hi, Lucy. Yeah, hi again. Send a lot, comment with a lot of sunlight, comment with a lot of hearts. Let's put this energy out there into the internet, into the collective, okay? We need a lot of love. We need a lot of compassion at the moment. We need to heal from the transit of Pluto and Capricorn, which has displaced a lot of people. A lot of people are homeless. A lot of people are jobless at the moment. And this is not something to make us feel depressed and feel like we don't have power anymore. This is, on the contrary, this is an indication to open our hearts, to help, to come up with solutions, right? Capricorn energy is pragmatic. It wants solvable, practical solutions. That's what we need to actually blast the collective with. Ideas. We need to come up with ideas. How can we transform spaces in the collective that have been... Oh no! Sorry guys. As I was talking about homeless people, all of a sudden we got interrupted. Keep sending the light. Oh. You guys are so awesome. Yeah, keep sending the light, keep sending the love. Hey, Aisha. Hey, Felicie. Hey, Zada. I'm so happy to see you guys here. Yeah, for a moment I froze. This happens. This happens when we're sending light. Also, there was a power cut twice in my house as I opened up my readings yesterday. Interesting developments, right? Hey, Nancy. Yeah, a lot of you have been messaging me with orders, guys. Just as a side note, don't worry, you're gonna hear a reply from me. I personally take it upon me to answer each message that has been sent, even if I need to let you down or tell you that something is not possible at the moment or the energy is off. I do reply to you, okay? If you haven't received a reply from me and you messaged me a month ago, please send back an email, yeah? Hi. Sorry guys, this live is a little bit all over the place, but I think it's because we haven't connected in this way in a very long time, and we need to catch up on a lot of things. Also, a lot of things have been happening, right? So I'm doing my best to kind of navigate this energy as best as I can. Hey, Coco. Somebody's been sending a coconut. Hey, Crispy. You guys are so lovely. I'm so happy to be part of this collective. And I'm so happy to, yeah, Dua, she's sending positive energy. Thank you. I'm so happy to be sending you all of this light. I have here another small candle, right? So I am super happy to bless you guys at this moment. If you have been single, I hope that you find a soulmate that manages to replenish your light. I hope that your light can come into contact with somebody else's light, yeah? I really hope that this wonderful energy transmutation happens, that you are able to take in the light into your heart, that you're able to accept love, to break those barriers that have been built around your heart, and that you're able to commune with someone else, right? So I love to see how our first bold pillar-like light, let me show it to you again. So we start off as this, yeah, this is our light in the world. We are the pillar of light, just like in that gorgeous Work Your Light Oracle card. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's a super famous deck by now. We are the pillar of light. The more we love ourselves, the more energy we try to send upwards, right? The more we empower other people, the more we come closer with our soulmates, right? With the people, with our soul family. Yeah. So any recommendation for tonight's full moon manifestation? Guys, full moons are to be celebrated. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to start a brand new cycle on a full moon. On a full moon, we release. Yeah, we let go of the burdens. And I want to do a physical movement. Again, I'm telling you guys, physical movement is so important, and I'm trying not to burn myself at the same time with the candles. Let's just put them somewhere safe here. So for the full moon, we release, yeah? So you can even do this movement. Let go, release, you know, and let go of the pain that you're holding in your neck, in your back. Open up your doors, open up your windows, allow fresh air to come in, allow light to come in, wash your windows, clean your crystals, yeah, clean your body, wash your body. It's so important to wash away everything that you've packed in the previous lunar cycle, yeah, to let go of what no longer serves you so you can shine your brightest. You're like a rocket, right? You start off from the ground, yeah, you're being launched into the stratosphere, and you're gradually needing to let go of all the burdens, all of the things that were giving you fuel in the past. Gradually, as you're ascending, you're becoming lighter and lighter, and you're letting go of the unnecessary load. If you are to hold on to it, it will drag you back down, stop you from your movement. But you're meant to explore the cosmos, okay? And you're meant to be a singular unit that could potentially meet another unit once you are outside of the stratosphere. Does that make sense? I don't know, guys. I keep thinking of metaphors that would make sense, you know, because it's kind of difficult to talk about energies and moods and insights that you get from associating things together. Like, I think in pictures very often, you know, I'm very visual as a Pisces. I'm super visual, and it's so hard to put into words what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing. It's been a lifelong progress of trying to train myself to speak clearly, and it has come partially from a very tough situation with my family, who are all air signs. And in a way, I'm very grateful to them, because although they didn't value or prize my emotions or my emotional self, they taught me how to communicate quite to a good extent, you know, quite clearly, I would say. Although you guys know, you've been on my channel for a while, you know, I do make a lot of blunders as well, right? So yeah, that's the blessing, right? So my soul chose my family, and even though we've been through a lot of difficult times together, at the same time, I'm really grateful that I was brought up in this very brainy energy with this very brainy family, in order to be able to communicate and express myself so I can be of service to you guys, yeah? So it's really important during this time, especially with Jupiter's transit into Pisces. We had Jupiter for just a little while, roughly 2 months, you know, we're having it until the 29th of July. And then it will move back into Aquarius. It's already began its retrograde movement. So yeah, prepare for a year of forgiveness next year, for expressing your feelings, for getting deep into your feelings, for melting boundaries, right? We need that. Okay, so now because you guys asked me your questions, I think it's about time that I start looking at some of the questions you asked me. If I can open up my notepad. Guys, so I'm not kidding you, astrology is for real. It's so wow. So this full moon is actually taking place in my third house. My third house is Capricorn, and as you guys know, the third house rules communication, and I'm having so many issues with going live with you guys, with expressing myself, because I'm overwhelmed by this wonderful collective energy that we're creating here, and I feel like almost like on the brink of tears. I'm feeling so happy. uh, Hey, Danashri. I really hope I'm pronouncing your names correctly. Sorry, guys. Awesome cake. Yeah, I have a pick a card ready for you guys on setting boundaries. It will be released soon, okay? So I'm going to give you more details in that specific pick a card. I also have a pick a card that is going to be on more divine masculine and divine feminine energies, but from a different perspective than how I was giving you reading so far. Let me just try see what's happening here. Okay, so you guys, I asked you on my community post and on Instagram to kind of ask me some questions. Let's see if I can actually answer them. The only problem is that I have my laptop here in front of me, and I keep opening up the image and it's shutting down. Yeah, so there are some interferences here. I'm gonna turn on my AC. I think my computer might have overheated itself. Okay, so Lilith Jesus is asking, so she feels that she's good at being strong, she's good at feeling deep emotions, but when it comes to gentleness, it appears to her to be separated from strength. I really like this question, it's so powerful. So she's offering, please, can you share how you are able to be with such delightful gentleness and such strength? Oh God, I don't even know where to begin with this question because it's so complex, but I think it shows how difficult it still continues to be in this world where we are working steadily towards more gender equality, how difficult it is to live as a woman, to live with divine feminine energy without feeling like you need to protect yourself, hide yourself, and not suffer abuses, right? And all sorts of people controlling you, telling you what to do. The path towards gentleness for me was not an easy one because I was brought up in a culture that values materialism in spite of the fact that we have a rich spiritual tradition. I was brought up in a relatively poor environment, working class, and I was raised very early on to prize my mind, my thoughts, to be tough, to be sarcastic, to be very manly in my masculine, competitive, go-getter, doer kind of energy, because that was my parents' way of teaching me how to survive in this culture. We had a lot of issues with money. It was right after communism, right? So I was born in those years when Romania was making the phenomenal shift from communism to capitalism. We had inflation, we had a lot of darkness. I remember a lot of darkness in my childhood, Pluto and Scorpio era, right? So right before 1995, there was a war raging in Yugoslavia, what is formerly known as Yugoslavia now. It was dark, it was full of secrets, it was full of lack of things, but somehow the people in my life kept me safe. But they also taught me how to be heavily in my masculine energy. Now, without going psychoanalytically down that line, the path towards becoming more feminine and accepting my femininity was the path towards accepting myself. And I had a good role model in my mother. I saw that she's a very sensitive, a very beautiful woman, and she toughened herself up against the world. So I noticed how this was not helping her in her life. She lost a lot of friends, she lost a lot of chances, she didn't feel comfortable with herself, and I thought primarily this was because she wasn't accepting her femininity. So I wanted to be different. I wanted to learn from that role model and I wanted to accept myself fully, no matter how hard it will be. I was also quite lucky, I have to say, because I didn't have the specific toughness, right, that she had to experience. The older along the line that you get, the lower along the line in history that you get, the tougher it is for women to truly be themselves and to not be somehow caged by their femininity, right? Um, I'm not gonna, again, I taught gender studies, guys. I can talk a whole day about this, and feminine energy, and also equal rights and so on and so forth, the feminist waves. But it's not about that. What I'm trying to say in a very kind of all over the place kind of way, um, it was about accepting my astrological placements. So the more I learned astrology, the more I went through experiences where things were not working out, where I was rejected by my lovers, where I was not getting along with my parents, where I saw my mother suffering for trying to be in a specific way, where I saw that you don't get anywhere in life if you're competitive and if you're mean and if you push people away and if you use violence. Things were not working out, not at all for me. So I decided to go the other way. I decided to choose tenderness. I decided to choose vulnerability, compassion. I wasn't, so in no way am I saying that I was successful at this. I did so many mistakes, especially my romantic connections. But each mistake kind of taught me something else, taught me something different. And I made a resolution to myself to be who I really am. And I really struggled. I really tried to maintain that line. And I said, I'm a Pisces. I'm about emotions. I'm about vulnerability. There needs to be a reason why I was born a Pisces. It's not to hide myself. It's not to pretend I'm a Capricorn or to pretend I'm a Gemini. And a lot of people try to make me feel like I'm not valuable or worthy. But I kept to it. I kept to it. So I was just like, no. You know, you push me to the side, I'm gonna stay where I'm at and I'm gonna continue. And where I felt like the energy was, how should I say, where I felt like holding on was causing me more pain, I decided to let go. So I decided to adopt that high-minded Pisces energy of, this isn't working out, this isn't for our highest good, let go, bye, you know? We don't need to suffer, we don't need to push each other. In certain situations, I was holding on too strong and I was being pushed to the side. And at the moment, and during those times, it felt very hurtful, but then I realized it was Spirit's way of protecting me. Yeah, a lot of you are telling me this. Sometimes you feel more masculine than feminine. Yeah, Felici, her North Node is in Pisces in the 12th. Yeah. Oh, Pamela, thank you so much. You guys are so wonderful. Honestly, I'm learning about integrating divine feminine energy even in the act of interacting with you. I cannot say that I fully enveloped it. I never feel that it's there, that I'm complete. I always feel like it's a work in progress, like I'm a work in progress, you know? And I'm expecting each transit to shape me in a different way. So, how can you embody this divine feminine energy? Look around at all the women in your life, your mother, your sister, your aunt, your friends. How are they embodying divine feminine energy? And when you feel that they're embodying more divine masculine energy, is it working for them? Is it not? Is it creating problems? Also, keep in mind that reason alone will not make you happy in this lifetime. Money and success alone will not make you happy. This comes from a Saturn in the second house, guys. This is the placement of, you know, in the lower vibration, a Scrooge-like personality that just gathers money and is afraid of sharing it with other people because, oh, money means security and protection. But I've learned it the hard way that it's not about money, it's about self-worth, and money is an energy that we exchange. So in order for you to make money, you have to risk yourself and share your money. Even when you have just one penny, share that other half of the penny with someone else. I know that sounds dramatic. That's a really dramatic example. But no, for example, even if you're just a student struggling to get by, buy a sandwich for a poor person in front of your house. Keep that money energy flowing. Keep that giving energy flowing. Don't block yourself, you know? We tend to be so caught up in fears in our lives, and we fear that, you know, exactly in the moment when we should open our hearts and be more generous, that's the moment when we lock down, right? And paradoxically, 2020 was the year of this lockdown, right? On a metaphorical level, it urged us to get more in touch with ourselves, to spiritualize our life, to understand the true meaning of the objects that we have in our lives, of the money that we gathered so far. Because, you know, since Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008, we did not get a chance to breathe, especially during those years when Pluto squared Uranus in Aries, and it was mayhem, disaster, explosions, revolutions, change everywhere, you know? That was the period starting from 2012 until 2017. Really, really intense, generated evolution, quick, but also traumatic in most cases. And also Neptune, it began its transit in Pisces in 2012, right? That's exactly when the Mayans said that the world would end. And oh boy, did it end, but not with a comet hitting us, and it didn't end with the second coming of Christ. It ended on a spiritual level. We are slowly removing on an emotional, spiritual level all the debris of the past, right? It's lovely to see that you guys are here at a constant 111. So it's like we're manifesting so much love. I'm so happy, guys. Let's see some more comments to make sure I'm not rambling. Yeah, so other factors in how you can work with divine feminine energy. Study your birth chart, okay? Feminine signs are the water signs, for example, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And also the earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Signs that if you have any planets in any of these signs in your chart, you are actually more prone to embody divine feminine energy. If you have more of the fire signs or air signs energy, you naturally embody more masculine energy. Although there are some exceptions there, because if you take it just by the signs, sorry guys, we had a glitch again. So yeah, you think about the fact that that signs such as Libra and Taurus are both ruled by Venus. And then we have Gemini and Virgo, both ruled by Mercury. Then we have Aries and Scorpio. And you guys know that for centuries before we discovered Pluto, Scorpio was considered to be ruled by Mars, just like Aries is ruled by Mars. But Aries is the light version, the solar version of Mars. And Scorpio is the darker, right, the winter gloom version of Mars. So yeah, keep in mind your astrological placements. Astrology can help you balance out your energy to such a deep extent, and to me it has been my saving grace, honestly. Whenever I had problems in my life, and whenever scientific research, because I do have a career in academia, whenever scientific research was not giving me the answers I needed, whenever psychological study was not healing me to the extent I needed to be healed, I always turned to astrology. I always turned to the occult, more recently to tarot readings as well. But astrology has been a staple with me ever since I was little. Yeah, I keep telling the story, but I used to I used to watch a lot of movies with my parents, and we were really happy to know a lot of facts about the actors in Hollywood movies, because that was a whole rage in Romania, right after the fall of communism. We had colored television, you know, and we were watching colored shows, right? So we were watching, for example, I remember watching Dallas with a room full of neighbors, right? So can even remember the song. It was so much excitement. Oh my God, we're all huddled around the working television set in color watching Dallas, you know. Yeah. Sorry guys, some weird transits are happening at the moment in my fourth house, and I'm overcome with nostalgia. But what I wanted to say is that, what did I want to say? Yeah, masculine energy. Keep in mind that masculine energy in your chart, and how astrology can help you tune into that masculine energy, how astrology can be your saving grace to help you do some really deep inner work. That happens usually when you pay attention to your placements, but you don't only take them at face value. You go a little bit deeper and you try to really think about your placements, you know. When I do birth charts for you guys, that is just the beginning of your story. It's mostly for you to have on a 10 pages PDF a roadmap. And then you can use that roadmap and you can do more research on your own. I can only give you so much in a 10 pages PDF. I'm thinking of setting out a new service as well, focused on asteroids and the placements of asteroids in your chart and how it may color that, so you can go one level deeper. But honestly, I mean, even finishing this course that I just completed recently with Karni Tzor, and her holistic method, she's such a fantastic teacher. I highly recommend her, guys, if you want to do an astrology course. She has such a motherly energy, and she's also a North Node in Aries conjunct Jupiter, like I am. So I felt like, wow, kingship immediately. I was drawn to her energy. But closing that parenthesis again, right? So astrology is a work in progress. You can always read the chart in so many different ways. You can read it from the point of view of your draconic energy, so which shows you past life connections. You can read it from the point of view of synastry, composites, solar arcs, so many ways, you know, progressions. Somebody asked me about sidereal or Jyotish Vedic astrology. That is actually a really beautiful branch of astrology that actually looks at the exact placement of the stars in the skies. And as you guys know, throughout time they shifted. So the kind of tropical astrology that I'm doing at the moment, the Western type of astrology, the more common form of astrology, is actually based on Platonic measurements. So because it's based on measurements, it did not keep up with the fact that the constellations have shifted. And from that point of view, a lot of people consider sidereal or Vedic astrology to be more precise. And I am tempted to say that indeed that is the case. But for the time being, I am working with tropical astrology because this is the one that I have confidence in, and this is the one that naturally gives me some really deep insights. But as my knowledge will grow and progress, potentially I might start working with sidereal astrology. I just don't like to start working with things as a dilettante. It's like, oh yeah, sidereal astrology, let's do it. What am I doing actually, you know? I like to spend time genuinely learning and understanding what's happening, and then when I feel confident enough, let's go, baby, you know? So I don't know if that answered the question. Okay, we can keep coming back to this question of how do we embody, how do we manifest more divine feminine and divine masculine energy. For me, it was just accepting, you know, following the role model of my mother, which was a little bit negative, so I tried to shift myself and make myself different. And also embodying my Pisces energy, my sun, 100% without compromises. I am messy, I am creative, I am all over the place, but this is who I am. Take it or leave it, you know? And thankfully, a lot of you took it. A lot of you responded very positively, and it was wonderful. And not only you guys, but also the people that have been coming into my life ever since I made this change, which feels so closer to me. And it's really important for you guys, you know, if you start building your life on the foundation of reason or other people's expectations only, you can always shift it, you can always change it and improve it. You can always, you know, wipe the board clean and decide, you know what, I want to transform, I want to remake myself. You can do that, okay? You can change your mind. There is no problem in changing your mind. I changed my mind so many times throughout life, and I frustrated a lot of people, but, and you know, and I do apologize if I made it in a way that was maybe insensitive in some points, but in other points I made it in a much more careful way. So, you know, it was depending on the transit, depending on my level of maturity. But I don't regret making these changes. So it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to reinvent yourself. It's okay to be your sun energy. It's okay to embody your lunar energy as well. And for those of you that have contradictory sun and moon energies, for those of you that have very tough placements, learn to work with them, because you can work with them. You don't have to be at the mercy of a very strong Pluto in the first house. You can use it for your own benefit by becoming aware of the fact that you have this energy in your chart. By accepting it, then you can manipulate it. You can think about, how can I solve this issue? If I know that I emit a very powerful magnetic field, can I use it for good? Can I use it for bad? How can I kind of mold the energy around me for my own benefit, right? So that's how you learn to work. You how should I say, astrology is not just about, oh, I'm finding out that I'm a sun in Gemini and I'm a moon in Aries. That's it. That's it. Destiny, do your thing. I'm here, you know? Astrology is about finding out, oh, I'm a sun in Gemini. That means I'm witty and quick and I move information very fast. Great. I can work in a profession that has to do with a lot of information, okay? So I'm not gonna go for maybe tarot reading, but I might go for journalism. Although Geminis are very good tarot readers as well. There's an inherent contradiction in them that they are very rational, but at the same time, they also love occult, irrational things, much like Libras as well. Because when you reach a certain level of intelligence, you cannot go but deep. You know, it's like you reach a certain level of development, and then when you kind of know the limits of experimentation, the limits of reason, then you kind of go towards the occult. Because where else could you go but inside, within, right? That's where all the answers are. I don't know if I'm rambling or if this is continuing to make sense. I'm gonna take a sip of water. So something about Pisces Sun and Virgo Moon, please. Guys, I'm not going to use these lives to talk about specific cases. If you want specific indication, yeah. Paul McKay, Astrology assists in the complex non-reality of Earth. I don't know. I think astrology is very real. Planets are very real. They exist from our knowledge, right? NASA is exploring the space environment at the moment to such an extent like it never was able to do before. We're finding out so much about the atmosphere of outer planetary bodies, right? So, for example, Jupiter, Saturn's rings, it's phenomenal what's happening at the moment. I'm so excited about Pluto and Aquarius because I think Pluto's transit into Aquarius is going to usher us all into the space age. Although we are seeing at the moment with Uranus in Taurus how it's coming up to our awareness the fact that Mother Earth is suffering due to how we are depleting her of the resources to such an extent without replenishing her back or giving her some time to recuperate. So we're going to have to learn to work with these energies because we already hear in the news how our fuel is running out, right? We need to find alternative ways of powering up our houses. Water supplies are dwindling as well. We need to figure out ways in which we can, send as much clear water as possible to as many people. You know, all these weird weather changes are gonna leave a mark. So yeah, solutions, guys. That's the full moon in Capricorn. Celebrate your capacity to come up with creative ideas and don't hold back. If you think you have an idea, communicate it, share it with the collective, no matter how crazy it is. It might actually help us in coming up with ideas, solutions, Reach out. Surizin, I wish you will all be healthy. That is such a beautiful intention. Thank you, guys. Wish you will all be healthy, definitely. We're all seeing how important being healthy and in touch with yourself has been in the last 2 years, right? The Barefoot Godmother, thank you. By the way, guys, how are you choosing your names? How are you choosing your avatars? The spiritual social for me came completely randomly. I knew that I wanted to do something social because I was studying sociology for my PhD, and I knew that I wanted to infuse this knowledge that I have, the sociological knowledge of reality, where I was thinking about social norms, I was thinking about how the individual exists in relation with social institutions. But there was something lacking. There was a heart substance that was lacking, a soulful substance. I remember that when I was a teacher and I was marking the essays of my students, I used to always correct them, and they would start a sentence saying, I feel that the social world is, and I would always have to cross it over and replace feel with think. Because the academic standard is that you shouldn't base your understandings of the world or your analysis of the social world on what you feel, but on what you think. So I was grooming masses of students into getting into that box of their mind and not only seeing that, and I started to feel sick, honestly, in my sacral chakra. And I realized this is not okay. My intuition was telling me this is not the work you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to honor that. When they say, I feel that, something is happening in the collective. And bear in mind, I was mostly teaching Pluto and Sagittarius, yeah? When they were saying that, I was not honoring that, and I felt like a phony. So I decided to switch. I decided to go towards something more authentic, something where I can combine reason with intuition, emotions with my mental faculties, yeah? So again, based on the experiences that are happening in your life, guys, you can always shift the energy. You can always make better choices as you're growing in your awareness, you know, as you're noticing these things, as your body is giving you signals, like, you know, the fact that I was getting sick, that I was not feeling my best, that I felt like a phony was not okay. So I decided I want to be better. I want to be healthier. So how can I switch? And the switch was really scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was really scary to say no to everything that I've built in the past and to shift it into what is happening at the moment. But it happened, and I'm super happy that I did it. And all that anxiety actually proved to pay off in the end, you know? Akanksha, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm super happy, guys. I'm super happy that you're here. Let me see if I can answer another question. Yeah, a lot of you have been sending me this really interesting questions. So you're asking, if astrology is somehow destiny, then do you have any free will? Yes, of course you have free will. The example I've just given you earlier about my insight, my intuition, and my teaching and academic work shows how I was exercising my free will to go with what I was feeling intuitively. So wait, let me just see how I can put this into simple explanations. So astrology gives us moods. Whenever we have a transit, it kind of amps up our inner dialogue in a different direction. What I mean by inner dialogue, it's that reflective voice that you have in your mind. You know, that reflective voice that used to be your own voice. When we were growing up as children, we used to speak out loud our intentions, right? And then as we made the transition from pragmatic thinking to abstract thinking, we internalize that voice, and that voice becomes your inner knowledge, your inner sense of reflection. This is not something I created. Jean Piaget describes the stages of the development of a child's mind, if you guys are interested in looking into that. Okay, so just to let you know, I didn't create this. I'm just transmitting knowledge here. But there is that thing sometimes, you know, that inner voice can be distorted by unprocessed emotions, by very critical people in our environment, and that inner voice changes with astrological transits. Yeah, now I'm not talking here about hearing a lot of confusing voices telling you to do things. That is a particular kind of mental illness that needs treatment. I'm just talking about an inner knowing, that kind of internal dialogue that you guys have it. Margaret Archer wrote books about this, on reflexivity, as we call it in sociology. But it's basically just your inner conversation with yourself, yeah? You can call it your inner friend, you can call it spirit, you can call it your guides reaching out to you, call it whatever you want, okay? But we all have that inner dialogue. It is part of our experience of being human. That inner dialogue is changing, it's shifted. If you have a really intense transit of Pluto to your Venus, you're gonna have a really interesting internal dialogue related to how are you making money? How are you connecting to your femininity? How are you transforming your beauty? You know, how are you living up to your emotions? In the case if you're a man and femininity is not something that you want to embody, this is more about your emotions. Venus rules over emotions, just like the moon does, but the moon does it in a much more unconscious way. Venus rules over love and emotions in a much more solid physical way, if you want to call it like that. So astrology is giving you these influences, is opening up these energetic pathways. Sometimes your inner voice, your inner dialogue changes as these transits are happening, yeah? You start to get moods, you start to get presentiments. All of a sudden, you start to become obsessed with your money. You have a very strong Saturn to your second house transit. All of a sudden, you start to feel very stopped or blocked in your capacity to form a loving connection. You have maybe Pluto or Saturn in your seventh house. You feel all of a sudden very confident, right? Very in tune with life, with you start to feel healthier, more confident. Jupiter has just conjuncted your sun, yeah? You manifest things with the power of your mind like this, a mile a minute. You feel super inspired. your mind is in overdrive with ideas, with insights. Jupiter is conjuncting your Mercury. Now, the thing is, we feel these things, but the way in which we choose to act on them is individual. That's how we exercise our free will, through what we choose to do, through what we choose to say, through what we choose to allow to pass through us. That is the only way in which you can, no, not the only way, but that is the primary way through which free will works in combination with astrology. So astrology is giving you like the environment, it's creating the environment, it's creating the conditions, it's setting you up with certain people that appear in your life all of a sudden and trigger various points within you. But it's up to you, your free will, your inner knowledge, your sense of stability, your sense of drive, willpower, desire to act on that or to refrain from doing that. Even not acting is a decision to act, if that makes sense. Yeah, even passivity is a decision to not do anything. We're constantly alive, we're constantly moving. Even when we are asleep, we are constantly developing and changing and improving. Our brains are processing, everything that has happened throughout the day. We live in a planet that is constantly moving. We are constantly breathing and moving, even when we think we are standing still. It's through the sheer fact that we are alive. But we tend to forget that sometimes. We tend to feel stuck, we tend to feel low, and that's just moments when we're processing a lot of things. Moments when, we need the balance. We need the balanced side. In order to keep being active and successful, we also need these moments of rest and relaxation. Just like tonight, and I think I might actually wrap it up here. Just like tonight, we need to celebrate. Yeah, we need to celebrate this lunar cycle that began 6 months ago. And as you can see, it's like I began this in full light, and now it's actually pretty dark around here, even though outside the sky is gorgeous. So, happy celebration. If I did a video on sidereal astrology, yeah. I would actually love to continue these full moon live, guys. Also because it's nice for us to record this session for those of us that couldn't join us. Sorry, gas. For those of the collective that couldn't join us tonight, it would be really nice, for people to just tune in and witness our conversations in the future. Jenny Escobar, hey. Yeah, so we can continue, we can keep doing these full moon lives, and I can keep answering some of the questions you have sent me. Most of the questions you have sent me require really extensive answers. They're complex, and I love to see how intelligent and really curious and wise you guys are. I'm going to keep sharing all sorts of things with you on Instagram. That's the quickest way in which I can share things with you. So please follow me at ms_bontemps, BONTEMPS. Wow, spelling bee. So follow me there, because you can quickly see what I'm thinking, what I'm planning, what is going on, with the collective. But then I will also keep making a lot more interesting astrology videos here on YouTube. And also, now that I got my certification, I feel very confident that I can create astrology courses for you guys. So I'm coming up with a lot more services for you. It's just that you know how I am, I take my time. I do things quite slowly, but I do deliver, okay? So your patience will be rewarded. However, whatever is made slowly and with attention and care tends to last longer than other things that are just made really quickly and without paying attention to details, right, guys? Somebody told me something beautiful a couple of days ago, and it stuck with me. Rushing into anything shows fear. Rushing into anything shows fear, yeah? You want to overcome that fear by truly sitting with it and not allowing it to push you into a sort of action that might not be for your highest good. You want to be mindful of what you want and your desires, and then if you feel that this is great, this is exciting, this is beautiful, act on it, yeah? But there needs to be that split second where you don't just react, but you keep in mind, am I reacting for my highest good? And that's how you guys can actually exercise your free will, okay? By learning the triggers, by healing the triggers, by being mindful of your astrological placements and the difficulties that they might bring in your life, okay? So I'm sending you so much light. Thank you so much for being with me on this wonderful midsummer celebration. I might actually take a walk in the park next to me right now to see if I spot some fairies. I know that they come up for midsummer. I just realized, I mean, I wish I would have shown you guys some fairy images, but I don't have any oracle or tarot decks that are about fairies. That might be something I might need to look into. But anyway, I really hope that, you know, next year, 1 year from now, we will grow even more than what we have grown so far. I really hope that we will be even more inspired, and I hope that, you know, everything in your life will be touched by light. I really hope so. It's my wonderful intention. I'm using all my capacity to feel at the moment. I feel my heart chakra is opening up so much to the point where I feel like crying. But this is the only way in which I know how I can affect and bless the collective at the moment. So with a lot of light, okay? With a lot of light. I'll do my best to be by your side, guys, in the coming year, to keep inspiring you, to keep blessing you, to keep like putting out soulful, divine feminine energy messages out there. And yeah, it would be wonderful if you could join me in this journey, yeah? So take great care. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Go and celebrate. Go and release something. Give back something to someone, even if it's just a meal, even if it's just a compliment. You know, be kind, stay sweet, stay in that loving energy, yeah? Love you guys so much. Take care, and I hope to see you in my next one. Now, what was the... I think here. Bye.